it's Karen here. Today, we are going to introduce you to Huntington's disease. First of all, the problem of the disease is the excess repeats of a chromosome. The location of the problem is on chromosome 4. The excess repeats of a chromosome is called recurrent mutation. And the Huntington disease produces a protein called Huntington. Next, I'm going to talk about the proteomics. Huntington function includes vesicle traffic, gene transcription, and protein interaction. Vesicle traffic helps vesicle move around and turn the gene on and off. The protein interaction includes forming partnership to do various cellular tasks, including transcription, DNA repair, and others. Huntington also helps maintain the cell's normal functions. An example of the partnership is between CREB binding protein and protein 1 SP1. CREB is a cellular co-activated protein that regulates essentially all known pathways of gene expression. SP1 regulates transcription by communication with the RNA polymerase II. The Huntington protein helps the partnership between CREB and SP1. The problem of the disease is the mutant Huntington protein disrupts cellular process, transcriptional regulation, leading to neural and mitochondrial dysfunction, ruins the cellular process, and eventually causes neuron cell death. Next, I'm going to talk about the phenotype. The disease will affect the specialized cells neurons. It will basically affect the communication between neurons, which affect the function of neurons. It will also cause nerve cells and parts of the brain to gradually break down and die. It attacks areas of the brain that help to control the intentional movement, as well as other areas. The Huntington is an underperforming protein that affects the individual of the cells. The Huntington is a progressive neurogenetic disorder of the central nervous system, affecting approximately 1 in 10,000 individuals. The dysfunction of the Huntington protein causes the neuron to degenerate and leading to more psychiatric symptoms. The effect of subsequently dysfunctioning cell, which is the neurons, is that it will stop the signal to and from the brain, which causes the muscle to not work properly or a loss of feeling in an injured area. Next is the genetics. Huntington disease has autosomal dominant inheritance patterns. This will cause the genotype of this disease, causing muscles to not work properly or a loss of feeling in an injured area. The affection of the communication between neurons affect the function of neurons, causes the muscle to not work properly or a loss of feeling in the injured area. For example, when dad has dominant big H and recessive small h, and mom has both recessive small h, the percentage of the child getting the disease is 50%. The treatment. There are currently no treatment to cure or slow down the disease, but medicines like cafloridone, tetrabenazine, and amantadine help control the movement of the disease. Here are some medicines that are used to control the unusual movement of Huntington disease. Genazine. Its function is to treat chorea, a movement disorder that is caused by Huntington disease. Its side effects include sleepy, anxiety, and others. The Ostedor. Its function is also to treat chorea, the sudden involuntary movements caused by Huntington disease. Its side effects might be depression, diarrhea, and others. Ingrezza. Its function is also to treat the involuntary movement caused by Huntington disease. Its side effects is also depression, diarrhea, and others. Finally, the future. No cure for Huntington disease. However, there are now several researchers studying some treatments, including reducing Huntington protein, protecting neurons and enhancing function, and finally targeting underlying cellular process. Some new techniques that are being developed The CRISPR, also known as cluster regularly interspatial palindromic repeats. It works as a gene editing tool that edits parts of the gene. It's a kind of DNA scissor that cuts the DNA. Then the Cas9 enzyme goes along the RNA and repairs the DNA. There are still problems with how to use this technology on humans, since it has only been used on animals and plants for experiments. People with Huntington disease will do involuntary movement, which might seem funny for people. But remember that they are not doing those movements on purpose and should be treated with respect and kindness. Thank you for listening.